Stu did a great job with these t-shirts when we were in Germany. And I almost hate to wear it because then it would get dirty and then I have to wash it. And then Andy's signature, which already is kind of faded, was going to disappear some more. But Stu, fantastic job. So Joanne and I married in March of '86 and ended up moving to New Orleans, the New Orleans area, late in '86. And I was hired at the Dixie Brewery, and after a few months was elevated to the brewmaster position. But I met up with the local homebrew club pretty early on, and that became my source of friends, including Andy, particularly including Andy. And many a day I would go to his house, him and Sally's house, and we would homebrew in his carport. So thank you, Sally. And also, I have these annoying reading glasses that I need since I just had eye surgery, so sorry. And also, one thing that Andy and Sally did for Joanne and myself a few years later, when we were expecting our first child, is they hosted a baby shower. And in New Orleans, baby showers aren't just for women to come. It was, all the home brewers, plenty of beer, barbecue and so forth. And I have never in my life seen anyone as surprised as Joanne was when we walked into Andy and Sally's house and they all jumped out and yelled surprise. It probably was a dangerous thing to do to a pregnant woman. One story I'm not going to tell, but we were in Texas for the Craft Brew Conference in Austin, and he was driving us back from Austin to Houston, and somehow we ended up in Waco. Don't know how that happened. So Andy told me something remarkable. He said that after he had his diagnosis, one of his doctors warned him that people with this diagnosis sometimes fall into a very deep depression and have a hard time coping with life in their remaining days, which I think is understandable because it's, he had pretty bad diagnosis. But, and this is the remarkable part, Andy said, the hell with that, I have things to do. And do things he did. He went to Scotland, and there's a picture of him in a full traditional Scottish outfit with kilt and sporran and all the other accoutrements. He went fossil hunting with some geologist friends of his. He experienced a total solar eclipse, which happened to be in my backyard near Syracuse, New York. We had about 95 seconds of totality, which was really cool. And we ate a lot of pizza that weekend too. And he also traveled several times to Europe to experience some of the legendary beers of Europe at the source, Belgium, Germany, Austria. And I am deeply honored that I was able to accompany him on some of those adventures. And he had a lot more stuff he did that I didn't even know about. I tried to get a hold of him. He's like, well, we're on our way to Colorado, or we're on our way to wherever. Andy got around quite a bit in those last couple of years of his life. And the reason for this is he had a real joy for life, joy for adventure, new experiences, meeting new people. And he was just that kind of outgoing person who, you met him and you instantly knew this is a good guy. This is somebody I want to know and hang out with. Just because he was so bubbly and exuberant about life and experiences. And that enthusiasm was infectious. I'm kind of a cynical, pessimistic, 100% German DNA will do that to you. But, Andy, being around Andy, you couldn't help but smile. He also had a great sense of humor. He always had a way to drop the perfect comment into a situation to make everybody laugh. And one time when we were in Germany, we needed to figure out what train ticket or train pass we needed. And we were in a help office or an information booth, and the person there said they didn't speak English, so I needed to use my limited German to figure out what type of pass we needed, where to get it, and so forth. After about 2 or 3 minutes of this German, we figured it out, and I looked at Andy and jokingly said, "Hey Andy, did you catch that?" And his response was, "Guy, I'm just a dog watching TV." And that's the perfect Andyism. That's the first time I heard that. Was that a common saying of his? Just a dog watching TV. Never laughed that hard. And when Andy was your friend, or more importantly, when you were Andy's friend, it mattered. He was loyal, he was always there to help his friends, and I struggle to say the right words, but you all know exactly what I mean. He was a hell of a guy, hell of a friend, and I know we'll miss him. And finally, he was, and most importantly, he was a real family man. The times I was together with him, it seemed like every day or a couple times a week, he'd be on the phone with one of his daughters. And it was never a perfunctory, "Hi, how you doing? Great, talk to you later" type of conversation. It was always 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, wanting to know what they were doing, what they were thinking, how their life was going, offering fatherly advice and encouragement. And I really respected that. It didn't matter that we were about to arrive somewhere. It's like, I'm talking to my child, and this is the important thing. And Sally, he told me a number of times how lucky he was to meet and marry you. And I know he was enormously proud of the life and the family that you and he built. So, that's about all I can say before I become a sobbing mess. But Andy, we love you.